Okay, picture this as a high ticket closer. You're on a call, the person is ready to go, is saying, yeah, let's do this, send me the link. They're about to pay, and boom, last minute hesitations. Have you ever been in this situation? What do you do in these situations? A lot of closers lose a lot of deals, but most importantly, miss out on opportunities to help that person actually go over the line and change their life, fix their problem. So this training is all about those scenarios. Let's get into it. You know what you're doing. You are a closer and you're an expert in your craft in that sense. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but you have the fundamentals. So it's not that you are not able to close this person. You can close this person. There's like a quote that I love about Michael Jordan that he says, I never lost a game. I just ran out of time. So a lot of times we're in these situations with prospect where it's like, if I spend 3 hours with this prospect, I will get him or her across the line. But here's a question that's very important that we need to ask ourselves, which is it worth it? Is it worth my time and my energy, going through 3 hours? And sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it's not worth it. It's just like, I'm not a therapist. I'm sorry.
No, totally. Even last night, I went in my bath at 12 o'clock in midnight and I had my dinner on one of those bath trays and I was thinking, why? But at the end of the day, do you know what it was? I think he teased me because he was like, I'm going to make the payment. Send me the invoice. I sent him 3 invoices and I was like, okay, I'm sending you invoice. Have you got the invoice? And then he had another problem and then we adapted and did that. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go for it. Send me the invoice. And I did it the last time. And by that time, I was like, as Michael Jordan says, I ran out of time.
And one quick question. Do you guys have any kind of guarantee or something or no?
Yeah, so I went on that as well, but he said, no, the program sounds amazing. So our guarantee is within the next 90 days, we will work with you until you get your first property. So even if it surpasses the 90 days, we will work with you for free.
Wow. You use that card, right? The guarantee or no?
I use that card all the
you
time.
See, when you use that card and they're still finding reasons not to do it, it's obvious to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, there's a line that you can use, which is from Hormozy, which is like, hey, we don't have to complicate this. Like, there's only 3 pathways. You have 3 options. Okay. Number 1 is you don't do anything about this situation and you stay the same and you know what you're gonna get over the next 2 to 3 years. But if you're good with that and you can live with that, fine. Number 2 is you do this and it works. So you just get this amount, you get your money back, you're able to achieve this, achieve that, take care of your mom, take care of that. Number 3 is you do this, you put in the work and it doesn't work and you get your money back. When you look back at this experience, at least you know that you did everything in your power. There's no regret and you have your money back. So which one of these 3 options do you feel puts you in the worst position possible? In the worst, like which one of these 3 options has the highest likelihood of you not succeeding with your vision? And they're going to say, not doing anything about it. Why? Because blah, 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 blah. So what do you feel you need to do? So tomorrow when you wake up, you know you've made the right decision. So you're closer to become X, Y, Z, ABC. That's another thing you can use, but it's just like very logical. It's like 1, 2, and 3. There's nothing else. You don't have to complicate it. A lot of times we just overcomplicate ourselves. You don't have to do it. It's just that simple. 1, 2, or 3, but yeah, and some people, they are just looking for reasons. They're just looking for evidence on why something wouldn't work. And you just need to be able to address that. It's just, they are getting in their own head. They're getting in their own way. That has nothing to do with you. You're doing great in that sense.
Well, Uzma has just launched out a lower ticket price offer. So she's half the offer and we're just going to give the program. She just released it there. And I know Michael Jordan says you ran out of time, but I still contacted him today because I was like, you're not getting away. So she's just launched this today, where they get the program and the modules, but they don't get the one-to-one mentorship, and it's a lower ticket price offer. So I'm going to try him with this, and at a later date he can pay to upgrade.
Okay, yeah, let's see. We can get him over the line or get her over the line. Just a lot of times we doubt ourselves, and sometimes it's them, it's not us. Like we did everything in our power.
I'll try the thing that you said, because we do a money back guarantee. I think my entrepreneur sometimes says we don't like to tell them that because sometimes it opens like a Pandora box, because we do give a money back guarantee in the terms and condition, but the terms and condition is that they follow, that they're in all the live calls, etc.
You need to do the work. Yeah.
You need to do the work. So there's kind of like a fine line. But I do normally ask them, what is scarier? In 5 years' time, doing what you're doing right now or taking a chance, taking a risk? Imagine, if your desire is to get 3 properties in the first year, imagine you've succeeded that. What is actually scarier, taking risk or not? And majority of the time they always say, yes, staying where I am, I want to do it. But it's the parting, it's the actually putting the 2,495 out their bank account. I think that's the bit where they get the the shaky hands. So is there anything that you would say that I could say to them?
Yeah, so what I like to do is I like to go negative. So when I am close to the closing question, I always like to, if I'm doing a reframe, for example, the one that you're doing is like, hey, I understand you 100%. Don't get me wrong, I've been in your situation. But if you always make decisions because from the place you are right now, that's where you're always going to be. In order for you to get to a different place, you need to start making decisions from that place. So do you believe there's a version of you that has that's making $5,000 to $10,000 per month, is their own boss, and is just taking their kids to travel through Europe? Do you believe that version of you, exists and you can make that happen? Yes or no? Because if you don't believe in you, like, how are you expecting me to believe in yourself? No, yeah, I believe I can do it. Okay, so if you believe there's a version of you doing that, how she would think and behave in this situation when adversity hits? Do you think she would allow circumstances or fear or doubt to get in the way of providing for the family, or no? No. Okay, so how do you think your mindset needs to be different so that you can have any chance to become her? And then they're gonna say, yeah, behaving this way, behaving that way. And what I do there, I go negative. I go, okay, but what happens if you don't? What happens if you allow the patterns that has kept you stuck in the comfort zone to get in the way? What happens if you don't behave like that version of you and you just give power to these patterns? Well, everything will stay the same. And are you willing to serve for that? Or is that okay with you? Is that something you will sit okay with when you look back? No. Why? Because blah, 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 blah. Are you sure? You see, I play the negatives. Like, are you sure? I mean, you don't have to do this. You can stay where you're at. And then what happened? They lean in. Yeah, I cannot stay where I'm at. I cannot have another year. And then they start defending that position. You say, okay, I hear you. So what do you feel we should do then? What do you feel you have to do today? So tomorrow you're one step closer to the XYC, to ABC. You always have to hold them to their vision. That's why it's very important at the beginning in discovery to really get the emotion out of the conversation, so that because it's not about doing a program. It's about you becoming the mother that your kid deserves. It's about bringing your kids to private school. It's about you being able to hand the keys of the new house that you bought to your father or to your mother, because that has always been your dream. It's all about that we're talking about, that result, not, learning a new skill. It's about the ultimate purpose, right? So that's something that I like to do, and it works well. So, when you see someone kind of like hesitating, you just like make them aware that right now, right at this moment, you are either validating that you deserve to be where you're at or not. And how do you validate that you deserve to be where you're at? By feeding the patterns, the thoughts, and the behaviors that has always kept you where you're at. Are you willing to allow those thoughts and patterns to keep dictating what you can do in the future? No. Why not? Because XYZ, ABC. But what happens if you do? What happens if you decide to give power to these habits and behaviors that has kept you in this life for the last 4 years? What happens? You make them answer. Well, everything will stay the same. What else will happen? Well, I will never be able to buy the house that I want to my mom. What else? I never will be able to see Europe and travel the world. Okay. And are you willing to settle for that type of life? No, not at all. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Because if you go back to those patterns, not right now, but 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now, this is just one moment, but it's not today. These all patterns are going to constantly come up to you every day, resets, and every day you need to behave driven oriented as opposed to, driven oriented, purpose oriented as opposed to from a place of fear. It's every day. So this is not a one thing decision. You're going to have to reinforce that new pattern every single day, but it all starts today. It all starts now. We know those people that say, I will start a new year. I will start on Monday. We know what happens with those, right? So yeah, but you don't say that. Like, you make them say that. Yeah. You make them say, what happens with those people? Yeah, it doesn't happen. So this is your chance to decide. It's your goals, it's your vision. That has nothing to do with me. Tomorrow I will be helping purpose-driven entrepreneurs and we will be moving forward. Are you willing to allow those patterns and that way of thinking that has kept you where you're at to keep dictating your tomorrow? No. What do you feel we should do today? So when you wake up tomorrow, you can look back with pride because you are one step closer to becoming that mother you want to be for your daughter. What do you feel? Yeah, we should do it. Should we? Like, you don't have to. No, yes, you're right. And you're right. I have to do it. Like, I mean, it's your decision. Like, I cannot bet on you if you're not willing. If you're not willing to bet on yourself, how you can expect me and my team to bet on you? Are you willing to bet on yourself? Yes, I am. Are you sure? Okay, then we will take care of the rest. If you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to bet on yourself, we will get you there. Right? It's that moment of just telling them, hey, you have to bet on yourself. I'm here. I know what we have works and I'm going to get you there, but you have to do your part. You have to bet on you. Otherwise, I cannot bet on yourself. No, and then they have this moment.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All right, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, drop your main takeaway down in the comments below. And if you have questions that you would like me to cover in next videos, share them in the comment as well. I read all the comments, so I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts.